The heat of the desert is where the Sun Devils thrive. Welcome to Tempe, Arizona, Mountain America Stadium, home to the Arizona State Sun Devils and the rich legacy formed by the likes of Frank Kush, Jake the Snake, and Pat Tillman. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Oregon State Beavers, squaring off with another team from the Pac-12, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Pollock. Get this game started. The Beavers will boot it away to start the game. Coming out with it, it's Rhodes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Sun Devils will be in a hole thanks to that short return. And as we look out on the field, here comes the man who makes it all go, and that's this quarterback.
Yeah, and he's big time. That's why he's up for all these awards. He's known. Everybody knows exactly what he brings to the table. He can run it. He can throw it. They're expecting a big day from this young fella.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line.
And how about setting the tone right now. Like, you're going to cover this guy coming across the field. Get it to him early on the first drive. Let him know this playmaker is going to be touching the ball early and often, and he picks up the big game.
He wants to throw here on second down. Quickly to the tight end. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires to the big fella.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there, because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. So Oregon State's offense will get the ball for the first time. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
Yeah, and it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that, a cornerback, that could do that in a game like this. But this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
Quick completion to the right. Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are, just finding an easy goal.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Finds a man on the left.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy passing catch.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
You know, I like the idea to go for it there on 4th down, too, because at this distance, it's definitely not a gimme field goal, right? So your best chances of scoring points and paying this drive off are to go for it on that 4th down, and, of course, they go out and get it.
Finds the tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Johnson wants to throw it. He makes the grab, and he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. The Beavers will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He finds his man.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important that the defense is honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Feeling some heat. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And that's crazy. 1 second you're the offense, and you're thinking 2nd and inches, we're taking a shot, we're in a great spot. And then you give up the sack, and now all of a sudden, you're in 3rd and long, and you're thinking, uh-oh, we got to convert this, or we're giving the ball right back to our opponent.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
And the returner will be dragged down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Oregon State has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. First down to start the drive after the break. Leaves it with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. So you get stuffed on first down, and now you have the offensive coordinator thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to throw it now on this second play. But what are we going to see defensively? Now that they know we're throwing, might they blitz us? Do I have to leave more guys in to block? There's a real cat and mouse game going on right now between these two coaching staffs.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got an open man, and he's brought down after a huge completion.
And I really like when offenses attack over the middle of the field. Between the linebackers and the safeties, there's usually a soft area that you can usually have some success. And a really nice job by this offense taking advantage of those areas.
Quarterback on the keeper. Got enough for the first. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. And the Sun Devils look to keep this drive humming. Brown has it. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Got his man to the left. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. The Sun Devils trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Trying to run, it's Brown. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. This offense has converted twice on 3rd down on this drive. A 3rd time would put him in the end zone. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Never a doubt. And that's going to tie it up. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Here comes the offense on second down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Johnson looking to throw. Gets open down the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. And the Beavers will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Safe completion on the screen. At the 40, there he goes. Ball down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He'll throw it. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. That's caught. It's Carr. He's loose. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Beaver! They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. He'll bring it out. It's Rose. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Quick completion on the out route. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Pressure coming. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Sun Devils will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. They're backed up 1st and 10 from their own 1. First up, they've got to avoid disaster. The give to the left. He was able to reach into his bag of tricks and use it to pick up a few extra yards. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. He's going to pass on 2nd down. quick strike complete. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This offense tries to get rolling from its own 15 on first down. He wants to throw. Steps away. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. The hurry up now. Second down. Clock ticking. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. And early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
The Beavers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. You can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch. Make the run. Get the first down.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. Second and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Here's the handoff. They'll snap it from the 48 on third and short. Johnson wants to throw it. Zings it complete to the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Beavers have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And it's picked off right at the goal line.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that, bro.
Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing that get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
From the gun, give on the inside. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Shadow of the goalpost looming. 1st and 10 from their own 1, just looking for breathing room. They'll try the run. Jumped on top of the pile. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Snagged on the outside, it's Collette. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Inside 4 minutes to play here in the third. They'll throw it on first down. Using the quick game. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
They'll go back to the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And that was a nice second down run and setting up third and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra bodies, some extra tight ends in. Go to that play that you know is your short yardage play.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The Sun Devils are moving quickly down the field. They go to the ground. Shows him the stiff arm. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, yeah, you know what? Let his talent do that.
You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Holding, offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Clock winds inside, a minute to play here in the third. They'll go to the air. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
He's got it. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. And the Sun Devils will punt this one away. Make sure he doesn't get backed up any further. Signals for and makes the fair catch at the 10. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Oh, and now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Not much on that return. And the Sun Devils slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20. First down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Black. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
On second down, they'll take to the air. That's caught. It's Brown. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
He's tackled at the 11-yard line. Now, 4th down.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his big tight end. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th, and the stage will be set for a great finish. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Running back searching for a hole. Nifty run there. Pickup of 6 out to the 25.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll leave it with him. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. From the gun, running back gets to give. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Getting late, pressure building, huge 3rd down coming up on the road for this offense. Makes the catch, it's Carr. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the...
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Time to take a shot. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the 4th quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on 3rd down. Johnson looking to throw. Now improvising. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
fourth quarter of this football game, decision-making is going to be really key for this quarterback. And obviously on that one, nobody open. He's outside the pocket. He's trying to find something positive, but don't force it. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Line gets set, first down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Soft spot in the middle. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. We've got a timeout on the field, and we are set up for a terrific finish. They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. He's going to pass. Got him downfield. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Sun Devils. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
Late in the game, as a coach, you're trying to find something that will work. How about the big fella? The tight end comes up huge. You needed a play, you found him, and he delivered.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to
He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a double.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Johnson wants to throw it. He wants a big play here late. Brings it in down the left side. Got a lot of running room.
Great throw, great catch. I know you smelt the pylon and you wanted to get in the end zone, but now you got first and goal set up in a great position to succeed.
With the run on first and goal. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. They go right back to their man on second and goal. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is third and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Trailing and getting deep in the game. They'll go for it here on fourth and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He wants it all. Into the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown, and we might just have overtime on our hands.
Man, you did the hard part. Put a drive, putting points together, getting 6. Now, what are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down the clock?
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. An 84-yard drive there. And they've tied it up in the final seconds. Looks as if we might be headed for overtime. Here he comes with the return. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
Johnson looking to throw. Touchdown, Oregon State! And they grab the lead here in overtime. This extra point would give them a 7-point lead in OT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
That makes the score. Oregon State 24, Arizona State 17.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Going up top on first down. Buying some time. Short gain on the play before he slides.
You know, we don't see this very much in college football anymore. Quarterbacks just taking care of their bodies and making smart decisions. Get down on the ground so you don't take one of these big hits from these nasty defensive players, and just give yourself a chance to make it through the rest of this game.
Back open in the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. First and goal as they try to answer with a touchdown of their own. Wants to throw on first down. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with a point after.
Obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by 1, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
One extra period didn't get it done, and we start the second OT. They'll throw it on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
The Sun Devils get it up to move the chains.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Gets it out fast. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll give it to the back. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. First and goal, they'll try to take the lead here in the second overtime.
Third down and short is exactly what you want on offense, because you can run the football, make the defense suck up, but you can also throw it. Nice execution, third and short, now set up in a first and goal situation.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away.
Touchdown, Sun Devils! That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's third and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
Throws for the tight end. Can't do it better than that. The 2-point conversion is good, and the lead is 8. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Johnson wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Oh, and they pick it off. What a huge defensive play in overtime. And the takeaway will put the finishing touches on this one. This is one of the best games we've called this season. A thriller, and it comes down to the wire here in overtime.
I could watch these two teams play another 6 times this year, just back and forth, trading blows, offenses coming up with explosive plays, big hits all over the field. David, this is what college football is all about.
Nope.
Welcome to Corvallis, Oregon, Reser Stadium, home to the Beavers, and you better get used to the sound of chainsaws as the fans here have been ready for this clash since early this morning. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the Oregon State Beavers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Get this one started. And the Beavers will kick it away to start us off. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Cougars offense will take the first swing of the game. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open, because he's always there.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And the crowd starting to rise up on this early 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. Delivers the contact. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. The give to the tailback. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
From the shotgun, they'll run it.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. He got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play, because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He makes a catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington State.
Washington State.
You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He's got an alley. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Beaver! The AT unit on the field. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. Not much coaches love more than finding points on special teams, and that 94-yard touchdown return gave it to them. And And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They'll run play action. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got his man downfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Washington State lines up quickly. Motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. The aerial assault continues. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. So the Oregon State Beavers offense has its first opportunity of the day. And you'd better be sharp throwing the football to the outside, Jesse, because both of these teams have lock-up corners.
And they're really good at baiting you into throwing their way as well. You got to be careful. And, David, I like these guys, too, because they're not afraid to get their face in the fan and support the run game.
No doubt. And it's fun because when you're a defense and you can shut down half the field, you can do so many different things to give other guys help because you trust these guys on an island outside.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Working that left side now. Stopped after making the catch. Nice job by this guy finding the slot guy on a drag.
Yeah, the receiver just working his way across the field, giving his quarterback a nice, easy target. That's an easy completion.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. To the ground to try and pick up the first. The Beavers will keep this drive going.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback. Stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's 3rd and long or 3rd and inch, you just have to go execute. They do it.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Got his man quickly. Finds a little space. And he's running in the open. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Oregon State. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Oregon State, 14. Washington State.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
On second down, looking again to throw. Makes the grab. It's right. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. And after that short completion, what will they do now? Just a few inches to go.
Yeah, and you wanted to get the ball out quick, and you wanted your receiver to make the play for you and get the first down. You don't now. Decision time, 4th and short.
Looking through the snow, and he muffs it. It's loose on the ground. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but, man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Give to the running back. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Wazoo! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Finds his man. It's Anderson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line getting set on 2nd down. Johnson looking to throw. He's going to let it go. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd down, looking to throw it beyond the sticks. And that one's incomplete. They were just... Change. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Beavers decide to punt it away. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
1st down here for the offense. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Turns it on in midfield. Good, solid tackle.
Gain of 17 on the play. 2nd down coming up.
Now on 2nd and short after that pickup. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Might as well stick with him. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
A shot toward the end zone. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover 1. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense. I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
He's got his man. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
You know, on a 3rd and short like that, you just have to have great chemistry between the quarterback and his receiver. They just couldn't get on the same page. Now it sets up 4th down.
What a turning point this could be. The offense is going for it inside its own 30. Makes the quick grab. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Wide out in motion. From the gun, running back on the move. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. They're working that left side. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Wazoo eager to pay off this red zone trip. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Quickly complete. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Washington State going back to work on 1st down. He wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. And back to the air on 2nd down. He's got it and still on his feet. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Snap in the shotgun. They're trying to get to it. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. On second down, wants to throw it. Had to throw it before he wanted. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Splits the uprights, it's good. And they've regained the lead. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Johnson wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. After the incompletion, they go back up top. They get to him as he throws. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking deep down the right side. And that pass is intercepted. Got room on the return. And he gets the interception and finally run out of bounds, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. Washington State ready to boot it away to start the 3rd quarter. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football for them out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run up.
Makes the grab on the left. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. Now on first down from the 43. Johnson looking to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
The incompletion on first down leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 43. They'll run it from the gun. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Picked off. Takes it the other way. The 30. Bulldozes his way through. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Cougar! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he did the pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of... And they they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
That's a great job by the DB playing the ball in the air. You see it all the time. DBs kind of get turned around. The wide receiver goes up and makes a catch. No, sir. DB, great position.
Going for the big play. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Beavers will line up to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He's right on target. Man, you have to do everything in your power not to let your momentum carry you out of bounds short of the 1st down marker.
And I would argue, too, maybe you run your route a little bit deeper. You got to understand where the 1st down marker is and where I got to get to. But, yeah, I'm not running out of bounds. I'm lowering my shoulder and trying to get as much yardage as I can to make this 4th down manageable.
At the 15-yard line. That's a 1st down for the offense.
Fast motion from the offense. They'll throw it from the red zone. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Quick strike complete. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Using the quick game. Touchdown, Washington State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. Oh, returns like that just swing the momentum. Almost took it to the house. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. He's got the tight end. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down. The Beavers want to pick up the tempo. Johnson wants to throw it. He's got it on the move. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Second and goal for the offense. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 31-21. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's gone final in the showdown between Georgia and Georgia Tech. Here's how it went down. Georgia looked less like a pack of dogs and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough between the hedges, and today they found a way outside of Sanford Stadium. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
How about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it
Offside.
stands.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
The defense really hurt itself with that penalty. Now it's 2nd and 8. He'll do it himself. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Well, he shoots up yards, man. That was really quick, really decisive. Design quarterback runs are very difficult to stop, and you could tell he's got some ability to make big plays, and thank goodness they got him on the ground.
Open runway ahead. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. Holds and fires it complete to the right. Looks as if that'll be enough to give Washington State a first down.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Washington State has it all working right now. Now they'll run the draw. Fakes his man out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. Right back to the well. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. 7th play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Coming after him. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
Really nice third down sub defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting a pass. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Johnson wants to throw it. Trying to beat the D deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
Quickly out to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Shotgun snap on third down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Man, this is an offense that's going to find a way to generate explosive plays because of their playmakers at the skill spots. But how about the speed by this guy and his ability on third down to extend, scramble, and go get a big pickup and chunky yards for his offense.
Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Anderson. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Beavers want to move quickly.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket? And you got time to throw. You get a little bit of time to throw. You move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got to fresh set it down.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. Johnson looking to throw. And he's got it! Touchdown, Beavers! And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided... It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Right back to him on the ground. And that's a live ball. And what a break to get that football back. At this juncture, that would have been catastrophe. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Single back formation, and they give it to it. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on 3rd down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. On the return, it's Card. Makes a move. They finally make the stop after a terrific return, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense set on 1st down. Johnson wants to throw it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, listen, it's hard for an offense. When you're trailing late in the game, you've got to throw to get back in. The defense already knows it anyway. On top of that, you've got this weather that you have to deal with. These conditions are not conducive to playing pitch and catch. This is a big...
Oh, he wants it all. Makes the grab down the left side. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 of the 19. 1st down here for the offense. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Going for 6. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. Well, after back-to-back losses, this team is really teetering on the edge of disaster.
They got to try to hold on to the...